Hey Leo, welcome to your energy reading for the month of August 2026. Happy birthday to you. I hope you find this around your birthday season, but whenever you find this is when it's meant for you. Of course, you found this video for a reason, so let's go ahead and see what Spirit has for you. If anything does connect, if you don't mind supporting with a like, comment, subscribe. Of course, we don't know what's happening in August or what will happen yet, but definitely come back to this video if you feel called to it or remember to if anything does end up happening. But anywho, I appreciate you being here, and let's just see where we go. I'm going to pull out an astrological card for the overall energy for August. I'll move into the tarot and then pull a few more oracle cards for you. For what source wants to have you keep in mind for August as well. So let's see where we go. What's going on for Leos at this time for August? What's going on for August? Gosh, it's August already. What the hell, y'all? Anyways, y'all know how it is. Time just goes faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. All right, so we have Uranus talking about change here. So maybe check out your astrological chart and see where Uranus is. You can also check out the chart of the moment, all on astrochart.com. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm just like, I use them, so maybe it's a free site anyways. Hopefully that will help, but there is something about because Uranus is in Gemini, if I'm not mistaken, still. And okay, I'm burping now, which I know is random, not trying to be rude, but if you haven't seen me before, I just get physical symptoms or reactions to certain messages. Believe it or don't, it just happens. But this is a representation of healing, letting go, expressing yourself. Maybe there is something about a big change that has happened or will happen because of you expressing yourself, your truth. Especially it's interesting, this burping message is relating so much to Uranus being in Gemini, because Uranus is like the change maker, and it's ruled by Aquarius, if I'm not mistaken. And so, when we're talking about Aquarian energy, it talks about it not just affects you, but it affects other people as well. And something about, of course, like innovation, a new beginning, change, and then with Uranus being in Gemini, Gemini represents the third house of communication, networking, and self-expression, and truth, and things like that. So I definitely feel like there's a huge change coming through for you in August, Leo, where a change in how you express yourself, or because you are expressing yourself in a different way, it creates change around you. But I feel like it is positive change, even though there may be a little bit of storminess, I guess, to the energy. But we also have the Venus card showing up for you as well. So this is talking about beloved. You know what I'm feeling with this? This is Taurus energy. So I don't know if you're dealing with the Taurus, also whether you're dealing with a Gemini or an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. You could have those in your chart, or it's just the energy showing up. Doesn't have to apply. But I'm getting strong mother energy. So I don't know if there's something about your mother that has been going on or is coming up in the month of August. I don't think it's anything bad, but I just feel like maybe someone that is going to be very supportive or has been very supportive, or there is okay, so I'm picking up there could be a change having to do with this connection with a mother. I don't know if this is positive or negative. I don't really get a negative vibe from this, especially with the Venus card. I will say, for some of you, if there has been challenges with your mother or a loved one, in general, it doesn't have to be family or someone like that, but I just feel like there's going to be a clearing or passing or things getting better, like a change for the good, like a healthy change, or even like a blossoming where the relationship is getting better, like it's changing for the better in some way. Because in the Uranus card, you see how there's like this stormy, chunky energy with all these like crystals there, but it's fading out. So it's kind of like things are going to be clearing up and be better and maybe more solid and grounded. And this doesn't just have to do with maybe a loved one, because I'm seeing this bee here on the Venus card. So I don't know if bees are significant to some of you, but some of you could be farmers, some of you could be pollinators. I don't know. That's not going to be for everyone, obviously. But I'm getting the like worker bee energy. So this could have to do with like a positive change with your career as well, because even Venus, which is ruled by Taurus and Libra, actually, Libra, the house of Libra is, which I think is the seventh, if I'm not mistaken. But has to do with relationships, and then the Taurus energy of the second house talks about your resources and finances. So there's just something interchangeable here having to do with either like a change in family or just relationships in general, or a change in like how you're expressing yourself out into the world. Maybe you're going to be speaking and helping people. I'm also picking that up now, like being in service. Maybe for some of you, it could be like, I just heard hospice in my mind, so that's not going to be for everyone. Maybe you're in the medical field. I don't know. Anyways, it either connects or it doesn't. That's just the overall energy, but it feels kind of significant in some way. But let's see in the tarot what else wants to come up for Leos for the month of August. So what's going on? Okay, yeah. So we have the Tower card talking about awakening. So this kind of confirms this energy with the Uranus card of change. But even though there's the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So talking about struggle. There's something through like struggle. What I get is strong catalyst energy. It's like something that has been a struggle, something that has been chaotic. Maybe you have had big changes, maybe in the month of July during Cancer season. But whatever these changes are, even though they may be very challenging right now, debilitating, uprooting, maybe forcing you to make big changes that you didn't expect. Again, I just keep getting this strong like mother energy for whoever this is for. Again, it's either for you or it's not. It just comes through very strongly, that there could be a major change with a mother figure. Could even be an ending of some sort, or it could be like a new beginning after something had to crumble down. I'm not sure, but regardless, I feel like this overall energy is talking about whatever changes are happening around this time. Maybe you've already been experiencing, but again, could be still dealing with here in August. That it is for your best and highest good. I know it doesn't feel like that while you're going through it, but this is having to do with your evolution and growth and an awakening in your life. This is saying unexpected changes are shaking your foundation, clearing ways for growth. So growth here, helping you become something bigger, better, faster, stronger, better, what, the Kanye song. Anyways, this says, though it feels chaotic, this is an opportunity to rebuild stronger. Trust that this awakening will bring clarity and deeper alignment with your purpose. So, the Tower also talks about intense catalyst changes, uprooting. It's like similar with a house that has to be demolished because it's just not stable and secure on its foundation. It has to be completely cleared and uprooted. Maybe even the ground has to be like retilled or dug up or something like that. So maybe this whole intense, chaotic, maybe even unexpected for some of you changes are helping you, like, again, with this energy about becoming a different version of yourself through growth. It's like I get transformation of butterfly energy. It's like you kind of have to go through that challenging, difficult evolution within a cocoon phase. But ultimately, it's going to be worth it because what you become and what you are capable of after the fact is greater and better than you were before. So let's see what else this is having to do with. This is definitely interesting. I, for some reason, wasn't expecting this energy, but you never know what to expect in readings. But again, this may not be as intense or chaotic for everybody. So if you're like that, it doesn't really feel like that much is going on, then this could just be a newfound sense of clarity in your own understanding of who you are and what is going to be healthiest, grounding, stable, and secure for you in any area of your life. You know, if you are making changes, or even there could be changes where people, places, and things start falling away because it's just no longer a match to this like new beginning that you're getting ready to step into, or maybe already have when it comes to some sort of evolution and growth. But let's see. Let's see what else wants to come up for Leo and August. All right. So we have the Magician card. So this is in perfect alignment with what I'm saying as well, because this is talking about you stepping into your power of remembering who you are and what you're capable of. That you're a soul with a body, not a body with a soul. I feel like this is part of the awakening of what you are, I don't know if I already said, capable of. And also like how you already have everything that you need to create whatever person, place, or thing that you're wanting to create. The magician is someone who has done a lot of inner work, someone who has done a lot of research, has had a lot of experience, someone who maybe has the tools, but you know, it's, I don't know why I get this energy with this card, so I'm just going to go with it. But maybe you feel like you're just not really sure how to use these tools, or it's like maybe you have them, but it's like, well, what's the best tool to use right now in this situation? Like maybe in the situation that you're in, it's like, well, I don't really feel like there's a lot I can do, that I really can't change this. Or maybe it's like fixed, because Taurus energy is a fixed energy and Aquarius is a fixed energy. And basically, how I see that means is just that not as movable to change, or like see a different perspective, or just is very like, it's kind of like set in stone. Well, not set in stone, set in their ways. Maybe someone is set in stone in their ways, maybe having to do with like a family member, or having to do with relationships in general. I don't know. But you're not stuck in your ways. And what's interesting too is the Leos are fixed energy too. That's interesting. The only other fixed sign is Scorpio. Each element has a fixed sign. So that's interesting that comes up, because maybe that's part of this change for you as well. Because Uranus really comes through intensely and can create a bit of chaos and unexpectedness, which is literally what's coming up in the Tower card of awakening. I don't know if some of you have Aries, Gemini, or Virgo in your chart. It's interesting because the Gemini, okay, maybe check out the Gemini reading when that's posted. But I was going to say the Aries reading, because the Magician card came up in that reading as well, in the same position, mind you. And the Tower card is Aries energy as well. So maybe check that out. But I'm just telling you, this is something that actually is a blessing in disguise, is what I strongly feel coming through this reading. So again, whatever this change is, have trust and faith that you, like on the other side of this, you will look back and be like, oh, that actually was what was needed, because otherwise maybe things wouldn't have changed. Maybe not with you, but they would. Everything changes. That is the one constant. It's like for some reason, some of this energy feels like a house that's built on sand, like on stilts in sand. But anyways, this magician card is saying you have everything you need to manifest your dreams, focus your energy, and align your intentions to bring ideas into reality. Trust in your creativity and skills, knowing they can transform potential into success. This is your moment to take inspired action. And this is something I was saying. Wait, did I say it in your reading or did I say it in Aries reading? Now I can't remember. I feel like they're blending together a little bit. I was talking about water bending. Um, so I don't know if that was with you or Aries, but again, check out that reading if you feel called to it. But what I was saying is that you are able to turn this maybe intense, uncomfortable situation into something. That's where the magician comes through, having to do with like alchemy, having to do with like turning one thing into something else through your own willpower, through your own ability to create and use the magic that is within you with the magician card. You are a magical being. We all are. We are souls with bodies, not bodies with souls. And we are capable of being, doing, having whatever it is that we are wanting. But it is through having understanding and clarity and not being on not having a faulty foundation where you don't really know what to do or what you're capable of, or that things can even change. I hope that's making sense. um but I do feel like, again, this all is kind of like, what I'll say is that this feels like you are awakening and evolving and no longer doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results, especially when it has to do with relationships, and especially when it has to do with like your stability and your security and like whatever standing in the way of you claiming what it is that you're wanting or being able to manifest and attract the life you're wanting to live. Let's see what else. For Leo, we'll get one more card here. Yeah. Okay. So this is the moon card. This is talking about mystery. And interestingly enough, we are literally about to have in a few days a full moon in Aquarius. So again, and maybe you have Aquarius in your chart or dealing with one, doesn't have to be, it's just the energy, but of the full moon we're about to have. But this is actually Pisces Cancer energy. Now this is part of maybe the confusion, and this is why I was saying, like, maybe for some of you, you don't feel like you have the tools or that you can really change the situation. Like it is what it is. You can make changes in your own life or for yourself, but you really can't change this like situation or whatever is outside of you, which is maybe why there's a breaking down and an ending of some sort, in order for you to kind of like turn your back on what's not aligned with this new version of yourself. And like, I feel like a lot of you, this could be a calling that you have felt in your heart and soul for a very long time. This is strong, intuitive, psychic, spiritual energy, things that are hidden behind the veil, so to speak. But it's like you being able to listen to what your intuition is guiding you towards and telling you, versus allowing your ego and fear, doubt, worry, anxiety get the best of you and cause you to not believe in your capabilities, and you being able to create something good out of challenge or difficulty. That this is a part of your growth and evolution into what your purpose is. And it's kind of like too with these two wolves here. It's kind of like that saying, the wolf you feed that grows. So if you feed your ego, then you're going to constantly be in that very earthly, human, fear-based, like being pessimistic, not really trusting in spirituality or having faith at all. But it's like when you're feeding that voice of your into that dog, so to speak, or animal, so to speak, of your intuition, it's very much based on instinct, trust, faith, knowing, even though you don't that's what faith is like belief without having proof or evidence of it. And I'm burping now, which is a sign for me, if I didn't already say that. I think this happened in Aries reading again. Yeah. There's something very strong with Aries with you. I don't know what this is for you, Leo. Won't be for everyone, but check out that reading if you do have strong Aries placements. But I'm just saying, like, there is something about a healing and releasing that you are finding through your emotions with this water energy of the moon card. And maybe even in July, like during Cancer season, which was right before Leo season, maybe there was a time there where you have been like working on healing or working through, like, do I trust in this inkling or calling or gut instinct or intuitive pull to go somewhere or do something or make a change, you know? But I feel like the more that you are trusting in your intuition, the more that you are being empowered, even necessarily when things aren't necessarily clear, especially in the nighttime. But the moon lights your way, which is your intuition. This moon card of mystery says the path ahead may feel unclear, but your intuition is lighting the way. Trust in the unknown and allow it to guide you. Hidden truths will reveal themselves in time. Stay present and connected to your inner wisdom because you have everything that you need inside of you. It's kind of like that saying Jesus said, heaven is inside of you. And you have the choice to either use this to your benefit and your empowerment, or let it have its way with you where you feel stuck or chained to something that's not really ultimately long lasting or even for what you're evolving into or a match to what you're evolving into. I hope that's making sense, but let's go ahead and get one last card. This is a mindful message from the universe, so this is something to keep in mind during the month of August. So what is Leo's mindful message? Unique lives. Wow. So this is to me another big confirmation, Leo, having to do with maybe relationships that are changing around this time. Maybe that's part of this big awakening, and that's why I feel this beloved card is coming through with Venus energy, because it just gives me very strong vibes that it's like whatever relationships or situations again that aren't in true alignment with where you are going, with what you are manifesting, with who you are becoming, it's like it has to fall away. And I think this is another thing when it comes to like remembering that this is your life journey and you have a life to live as well, and you can't you know, it's not your responsibility to live for other people or get them to be where you are. Even even if you want them to be, no matter how hard, it's up to that person because everyone has free will. And I know that can be also disappointing and saddening. Because and even if it's not like a big negative thing, it's not like for all of you that you get in a huge fight with your mother and then you never talk to her again. It may not be that, but it just may be like, oh, I'm going off to college and I'm not going to see you anymore, or at least not see you that often, or like you move across the or to a different country, or just, I mean, it could literally be anything that is just this separation. Because you have people, places, and things to go and see and experience, and vice versa with the other person. And so it could also be just like a bittersweet energy of like a transition of life. Even though it could be feel intense, it's also leading you to this new beginning of creating your unique life in your way and with what you are divinely and spiritually called to. I hope that's helping. But this says, I respect everyone's individual decisions and way of life. Easier said than done, I know. We each are on our own unique journeys, and my way isn't the only way. My job is not to change others, but to simply love them. And that's why I feel like you have this beloved card, because you're being called to let go and love. Even if, whether it's a positive situation or a negative situation, whatever it may be, you're being called to have unconditional love and But at the end of the day, choose yourself, not give your life up for other people, places, and things that aren't really um, like on your current path. It doesn't mean that they're gone forever. It just means right here, right now, this is a time for you to create the reality that you want, and that, again, that your heart and soul is calling you towards. But I hope this made sense and helped you. Hopefully it wasn't too repetitive, but definitely let me know down below. Thanks for choosing me to read your energy, Leo. Again, happy birthday. I hope you have a great season. And until next time, have a blessed August.